Hello, I'm Omkar Bale and this is my task. This is the front end for token dashboard. As you can see, there is the table, the next token button, and a form for adding a new user. And this is the current token's front end. Uh, this particular token is saved in database in the form of this table where each row has a username, phone number, and the token as a string, and also the time at which it was created, and this field whether or not the token is currently active. So in the entire table only one row will be true at one time. We can add the users. As you can see, the user got added, and in my database I can see that the user got added directly with it is not active currently. We can see that there is no current token right now. If we click on the next token button, this token becomes active, the current token gets updated, and in my database the actually this is not sorted. The Omkar user token gets active. We can sort this token gets active. So in my front end there are three API calls for the dashboard: fetch all users when the page is current loaded for first time. So even if I refresh this page, all of this data is there. Then we have the API for next token, and then we have an API for adding the user. So then next on the current token page we have only one API. When we refresh the page, the token should come there, so that is the only API. And then we have the socket connections. Whenever the server emits token update event, this token gets updated. So for example, if I do this in real time, you see the token gets updated real time. And one more thing, uh, when the server is disconnected, the front end is immediately says that it is not connected. So we can, so that is a good feedback to have to know whether the server is running right now. In the backend I have all of these routes for those four routes which I talked about in the front end part. These are get all tokens, get active tokens, and so on. I was going to use Sequelize, but I have not used it before and it was taking time, so I directly wrote the queries. But I know that we can use Sequelize to create the models and then use those models directly. In the socket, whenever uh, whenever the uh, next token API is called, I am emitting a next token event, and in the sockets, whenever the next token event API is called, I am emitting the current token to the front end. So this is just to make the sockets code separate from the API code. um, yeah, and I can just for demonstration add more users and show. um, User 3. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention, that these tokens are not used when finding out the next token. These are just for showing. I'm using the created at timestamp in this server when finding out the next token. So for example, I can give any token here, and even if I refresh, you see that it is not sorted based on the token, it is sorted based on the timestamp. And then I can use the next token to see in real time the current token. And when it gets to the last, even if we click on next token, nothing happens. So yeah, that is all about my task.